Good to see you.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
응답하라
Yeochin.
Yeochin. Go to the into the shit.
Back to the count to the chew. Hey. Oh, Jane,
We're always recording in between our trips.
it's so chaotic right
Yeah.
now. And Jane, I must love you because only for you would I have shown up. When I told you, because we were trying to, like, you were traveling, I'm traveling, and we were trying to, like, when are we going to get into the studio?
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, and I had told you this date, but then I was like, oh shit, no, this is the date that I'm leaving. And then you were like, you can do it. And then I was like, can I? Because my flight is in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, I guess we do record 10 to 12. And you're
Uh-huh.
like, you can do it. I was like, okay. Nobody else would I have even, because here's what I do. On travel day,
Mhm.
I do nothing.
Yes.
My like rule or hack or whatever that I've come to find about myself is that I'm a terrible packer, and it just, I have gotten better, but the anticipation, the
Mhm.
last minute whatever, it always, like, I have to give room for something going wrong, So
Yeah.
generally the day that I fly, I do nothing
Yeah.
but fly or go. But you said you can do it. And I said, okay.
I'm like, when we fly, 99% of stuff is done the day before.
Right.
So we're going on a trip this weekend, but we're leaving Saturday and our flight got changed. It was earlier, but now it's like at 5 p.m.
Oh.
So the first thing I said was, "Oh, the kids can still go to Korean school in the morning."
Wow. See, and you're that person.
I'm that person, like, I paid for it. Like, I
Right.
hate when they have to miss,
You
and then they have, like,
maximize.
I'll
You
maximize.
if there is a window of
Yes.
time to get it done, you will
Mhm.
do it.
Mhm.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, forget about it. Not happening. You're not capable. Except when Jane said, you can do it. I was like, okay. So I told Adonis,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm recording. He goes, what?
Because he knows you.
He knows. He's like,
Yes.
that's crazy. I'm like,
Yes.
and then I think I
Crazy talk.
texted you,
Yeah.
Adonis thinks this is crazy. And you're like, you'll be fine. But yeah, I just don't function well.
Mhm.
And I think there's, like, I get a lot of anxiety
Mm.
about, I mean, but it's not even just about traveling. It's about anything that's coming up. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's the
Okay.
anticipation
Yeah,
and the build up.
like, it's on
So
the
you can't do
calendar.
anything, like, until then. Like, are you that way for comedy show? Like, your shows
Yeah.
don't start until, like, 9, 10 p.m.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
what are
then,
you doing all day?
yeah, yeah. So people will be like, oh, want to grab lunch? I'm like, no. They're like, what are you doing? I'm prepping.
Yeah.
But but you have
Yeah.
your set. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
But I have to, like, run it through my head like a million
Yeah.
times. Like,
Within reason. I feel like, like I try to maximize and fit stuff in, but I was saying no to stuff all week. Like
oh.
all leading up. Like my manager was like, "Do you want to go to this event?" Da, da, da. I was like, "No. No." And she's like, "This is the day before you guys leave." I was like, "No, I'm not going to have time." I
Oh,
just like don't even consider it.
see, you're good with boundaries.
Like if it's regular stuff, like the kids' lesson or Korean school or like stuff that's going to be a pain to like make up, because we
Yeah.
miss. I'm
And
like,
also, if it's, like, already
can
on
do
the
it.
calendar, like,
Exactly.
let's try to do as much on the routine,
Yes.
in and out,
Yes.
that kind of thing. I
Mhm.
hear you. But yeah. No, but it made me realize how much I love you.
I
Adonis
would
was
do the
shooketh.
same for
Adonis
you.
was like, you said yes to this? And I was like, I know, because he's like, why? You would normally say no. I was like, I would. But then Jane was like, you can do it.
Okay,
And
you're
then-
going to have to text me when you are through security and at your gate just so I know that,
Oh,
this won't be the reason
no,
that jumbles your travel day.
No. You will be proud of me. So, okay, so we were talking about
Yeah.
what are our travel hacks, right?
Yeah.
So, like you, I prepared days in advance.
Yes.
So
You have to
technically,
now.
my plan is like you get everything done,
Mhm.
and you should be smooth sailing the day of. Like,
Yes,
so
yeah.
in essence, what it's come to is like over the years realizing, okay, when I'm leaving on a Friday, I really need to start thinking and getting things in order by Tuesday and
Mhm.
then be like done with everything by Thursday, right?
Yes.
And this is years. Both of us have done
Yeah.
this enough in years to like, okay, you need room for troubleshooting, you need room for everything. So technically, it's to be able to travel with leisure.
Right.
But then you made it less leisurely, but that's okay
Yeah.
because when you said let's do this, actually I did it with happily because sometimes I know we're small
Mhm.
and I do have a little bit of fear that one day you'll be like, we don't have an audience, let's quit. And I'm like that, like there's like in the general back
Yeah.
of my mind. But so when you said we can get this done, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Jane wants to record with me as long as we both have that, like, I love it.
Mhm.
So I was like, Jane wants to record. Of course she does. It made me feel good.
Well, I'm, like, always thinking too, like, I know we have, like, other travel lined up, and
Yeah.
then we're into the holidays,
Yeah.
and so, a
We're
little bit
only
of
gonna
it
get
is, like, just
busier.
planning,
Yeah.
preparing ahead, and I think that's part of that same mindset,
Yeah.
was just, like, just do a little by little, so it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like this mountain where we have
Exactly.
to.
So that we always feel fresh to do
Yes,
this and it's
exactly.
fun. And
Mhm.
I loved it. I was like, yes, of course we got to make time for this. But yeah, so I did, prepare
Mhm.
in advance. And the thing is, I don't know if you do this. I'm sure you do. Before I travel, I try to leave the house immaculate.
Of course.
I know, right? Because you
Yes,
want to come back to a clean
for
house.
sure.
And that just adds to the
It
frenzy,
does
though,
add to
like
the
the stress.
frenzy. Yeah.
And we have my mother-in-law, grandma,
Mhm.
staying to watch the kids, and
Mhm.
but she's also very nosy, so she'll go through shit,
So you have
and
to put things away.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm putting things away,
Uh-huh.
and also I have to organize all the food and be like, this is for
Yeah. Yeah,
like
all of
everything
that
has to
stuff.
be laid
Especially
out.
when you're not going with the kids. So
Yeah,
it's like you're like preparing stuff
yeah.
for
So like I
you
had
and
to.
then for the kids.
Exactly. Lunch
Yeah.
food had to be,
Yeah,
my kids won't
totally.
buy lunch at school.
Right.
So they still prefer. So I'm like, okay, got to make the
Yes.
meat for this and that. Ugh. So yeah. And, of course, I want to make her life easy as possible,
Mhm.
right?
Of
Because,
course.
so it's like laying it out for everybody and
Yeah.
make sure the laundry is like done to the very, like
Yeah.
so that they have full loads
Right.
to, wear cleanly without, having to worry about doing laundry, all
Yep.
this stuff.
All the stuff.
Anyways, it all got done. I feel, but I did say like, okay, quiz me, like
Mhm.
what do I like
Like,
to I like to do this with Adonis too. I'll be
yeah.
like, quiz me,
Yeah.
like randomly,
Uh-huh.
like what am I missing? And then I I said, quiz me, Jane. And what did you say?
The first thing I said was, "Do you have pantsu?" Which is underwear.
I was like, underwear? That's the first thing you're gonna ask
I
me?
have gone on so many girls trips where my friend there's like a friend who forgot like pantsu, so she has to go to like a drugstore to get it.
Yeah.
And that would be my nightmare. Nightmare is having to buy emergency underwear
Yeah.
because you're not gonna get good ones.
Oh my God, that just reminded me. Diana Ross's daughter, Tracy, is it Tracy?
Ellis.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Tracy Ellis Ross, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a TikTok of her. Did you see it?
No.
Where she's like traveling. She's in Paris or something, right?
Okay.
And she's like, let me show you my travel hack. She's washing her underwear
Uh-huh.
like by hand
Yeah.
and hanging them in the towel rack or whatever
Uh-huh.
because she likes to travel light. And I was like, girl, you rich.
It's
Like you
takes
can
up the smallest amount of space.
right. And I was like, how is this right? Like I'm like, this
No.
is a terrible travel hack. I
Like,
would if I was her, I'm sorry. If I was that loaded, I
Yeah.
would not be hand washing underwear.
If we're going for 5 nights, I'm taking 10 pairs. And
Yeah,
it will take up the same
exactly.
amount of room.
Exactly. And you
Yeah.
know I'm going for tennis.
Yes.
So
You're going to be sweating. You're going to be changing
like
a
I'm
couple
gonna
times a
yeah.
day. Yes.
So each day is like 3 pairs of
Yeah.
underwear.
Like I would wash them for a long trip. I would wash them just because I don't want the old in my bag for a long time. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
But then I'm laundering it again
yeah,
at home.
right. Or you put it in a separate bag where it's like the dirty pile
Yes.
that's not going to be contaminated or
Exactly.
just stink up, right?
Exactly.
But I was like, to actually rewear,
Are you doing that? I mean, yeah.
I
It's
thought, oh, this is
it's not a space
all the
saver.
people were eating
Yeah.
her up on that. Is she not rich? Like, what's going? Even if you weren't
That's your
rich,
travel
I'm like,
hack.
underwear. Yeah,
A hack is supposed to make your life easier.
yeah. And she was all like, look at me, guys. I'm like, is this what rich people do? Because they don't do laundry anymore. They're like, this is fun. You know how when Oprah
Yes.
used to say that she loves seeing the lines on the carpet? I'm
Uh,
like, yeah, but bitch, you don't actually
Do it.
vacuum.
Yeah.
Like, I know you
Uh-huh.
don't, anyways. But yeah, I was like, that's not a hack. That's a weird rich person, I don't know,
Mhm.
leisure activity now,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm good. But no, when I asked you,
Mhm.
how did you decide to ask me about underwear?
Uh-huh.
You said that you think from
I think from inside out. So when I start to pack, my very first things is underwear and socks.
you. That's good.
Yeah.
You like start from
Right?
the very essentials
Yeah.
from the inside
Yes.
and then move outward.
And then the last thing is outerwear and then makeup because that's usually in my carry-on, right? Or I'll need to touch up my face when we land,
Do you have a
depending on our
separate
destination.
travel makeup set and a separate
I keep it in
at
the
home?
same bag,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll probably take stuff out to make it lighter. I won't use the full size stuff.
Yeah.
And then starting from a few days, I will. Okay, I do this weird thing. So I will dump out all my makeup
Yeah.
on the counter while I'm doing my makeup, a couple days before.
Yeah.
And then as I'm doing my makeup, I will use my cushion and I'll put that aside. I will use my blush and I'll put that aside. Everything that I used for my face that day, I will have on the side, and
'Cause
it's
you're
usually a
gonna
smaller pile. Yeah, so
Ah.
it helps me distinguish what it
That's
is I actually
smart.
used.
Yeah.
And so all the extra stuff goes in the drawer, and then just the stuff that I used goes in my bag. And it's usually a third less than what I usually keep in
Mm.
my bag. And so that's always good. I always have a go bag, a
Yeah.
travel go bag. So when we come back from a trip, I'll take out all the stuff that I need, like my glasses, my contact
Mhm.
lens case. But then that just goes back on the shelf. So next time I can just take it out and it's pretty much intact and ready to go.
That's so good. My problem is I have a go bag all the time and then I don't put it back. And I don't know where it is anymore. I'm like, where
Yeah.
did I last? And I have to
I
sit there and be
know.
like, the last.
Yeah.
And I think the other part is I don't usually wear makeup.
Uh-huh.
So it's like the last time I used it was when I had a comedy show that was 4 nights ago.
Yeah.
And so
I could save 10 pounds probably if I didn't wear makeup. 10
in
pounds
your
in my bag.
baggage.
Yeah, in my
Yeah.
baggage. Yeah, that would be
What have you
great.
learned? You know how sometimes
That's a
you have
good
a big
question.
regret. You're
Yes.
like, God damn it, I'll never let this happen again.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a case of that where you really regretted something or not packing something?
Yes. This is very unlike me, but when we were in Mexico for a week in the summer, I didn't take pajamas.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah,
and
then it
that's
gets
so
annoying.
weird for
Yeah.
me.
It was just a slip. You
Yeah.
probably thought you packed it and then you
Mhm.
didn't, right?
Mhm.
Or I did. Oh, it reminds me of when you were saying your friend forgot their underwear.
Uh-huh.
I had a bag
Yeah.
and
And
I
then you
just
forgot
didn't
to
put it in
Yep.
the and
Because
so
you
I was
use
missing.
packing
Yeah, the bag
cubes.
within a bag,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So then I completely forgot to put the last bag in and I was
Yes.
didn't have underwear, didn't have socks. I was
Yes.
so irate.
Over the years, so if we're going to my parents' house, I have bought toiletries or products that I use that I keep there full size.
Yes.
I try to
Yes.
hide it from my sister because some.
I loved your face just now.
Yeah, I do. But this time I don't know what I'm gonna do because yeah, I don't know because we're only taking carry-ons, but I need like my special shampoo. I don't have it at my parents' house, so
Where
we'll see.
right, you're going.
Yeah, we're just going for 3 nights. I have a cousin getting married.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
Veterans Day weekend. Uh, so that's like a lot of times when we travel. So, half of our trips are for leisure and then
Yeah.
half are for specific events.
Yes.
So then I'll start with packing like the event clothes and then for the kids like
Mm.
their dress shoes and their
Oh my gosh, shoes.
yes, shoes take
I
up so
went
much
to
space.
so when we went to Adonis's national tennis competition in San Diego, I was thinking, oh, well, we're not going to be like fancy. We're just going to be playing tennis.
Yeah.
And I forgot that our anniversary happened to land that weekend.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, that's okay. It'll be fun to wear, like, buy a cute little dress at
Yeah.
some random shop. And I did.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yay, let's get all dressed up because just for funsies. And then I forgot I only brought Crocs.
Yeah.
So I had this like bow dress and I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh no. And I come out and it's like, of course, my gold glitter
Uh-huh.
Crocs. Adonis is
So
like,
funny.
no. I'm going to, no, you look, no, I look like Minnie Mouse. But like, but
Was
like
it a
the
short dress?
Disney.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because it would have worked if it was like a maxi dress and
No, it was a
shorter.
short
Yeah.
bow dress and he was like,
No.
we can't.
Yeah.
No, you cannot. And of course he didn't have anything to go with my look anyway. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, pack it away. Forget about it,
So you guys didn't go out or you
No,
just
we
went?
went
Yeah.
out, but it was just like casual. Like
Yes.
the attire just wasn't gonna happen. But
Yeah.
I forgot to bring. Usually I do bring like one. I have these flip flops that can pass as dressy.
Yes.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, light and
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
But yeah, I was like, damn it. So now I'm gonna pack that on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
To make it. It's all about like make it as light as possible,
Definitely.
but still, have options.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing that is most irritating for me is when I make such an effort to pack light and then it's not enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you're like, next time I'm just gonna bring. I keep
right?
doing that.
Yeah.
So I one time went too light, and then I
Uh-huh.
got really mad, and I was like, I'm bringing everything.
Yeah.
Then I went too overboard,
Uh-huh.
and then our weight
Yeah.
was over the. He's like, what the fuck did you pack in there? I'm like, I just wanted to be this time around, ready for anything,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like so over. It was like
Yeah.
5 pounds over. He's like, I what?
5 pounds over is so annoying.
Yeah, because it's
So you
like
pay-
it was all like body
Yeah.
and makeup
Oh,
and
yes.
and not doing the like the smaller thing.
Right.
I was like, just pack the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's constant correction
Mm-hmm.
and fine tuning what's necessary, not necessary, but yeah, it'll be. So I'm going to Arizona.
Yeah.
And then right after we come back like for a day or two, and then I head off to Bangkok.
Oh my gosh.
And then,
Did you know that before because you didn't know if you would go to nationals when you booked the Thailand trip.
no.
So it just worked out.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I know. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God. So I think the Thailand trip was well in advance booked, right?
Yeah.
And I had no idea when
Yeah.
nationals. And then when they announced it, I was like, oh, thank God. Like it didn't overlap.
Yeah.
Or, but now I'm like, oh my God, we're just going to.
Because you might have had to leave for Bangkok from Arizona.
So
If,
what
like,
we did
yeah.
was the trip, this is that group travel thing I'm doing to Phuket.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, we had more gap,
Mm-hmm.
but then we decided to add Bangkok a couple days before Phuket.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew we could, and then we added, but I didn't realize until because Adonis added the Bangkok. I mean, I told him to do it, and then I was like, the Phuket travel had always been advertised as this time, right?
Uh-huh.
So I kept thinking, oh, we'll have like 4 or 5 days before we head out again. And he's like,
Uh-huh.
no, remember,
No.
you
Yeah.
wanted to do a couple days in Bangkok. And
Mhm.
I was like, oh, so now
Oh.
now my kids are like, you're gonna be gone like a whole month? What? And now I feel like a bad parent. But I mean, they're in good hands with
But
grandma.
I mean, that did cut into your prep time for Bangkok. So you kind of had to prepare for 2 trips at
Yeah,
once.
like now I have to like now the house cleaning. I think that's why it was such a massive
Yeah.
cleaning because I'm like, okay, we need to be thorough
Yeah.
and and so that when we come back, it's smooth sailing.
Yes.
But it's now it feels like a lot.
But
But you
it'll
do this all the time too. I see you
Yeah.
hopping home and then you're like, oh, then we got this other thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, we've done sometimes we have like really great, like immaculate system down and sometimes it's very like just
survival mode.
survival mode.
We
That
gotta
was like our
just.
last trip. We did a weekend in New York
Oh
and
yeah.
usually we'll have the fridge stocked with just the basics like milk, eggs, and like OJ
Uh huh. Your fridge at home.
our fridge at
Uh huh.
home because when we come back it's like a Saturday or a Sunday and then the next
Mm.
day kids are in school, right?
Yeah.
So we or I'll do an Instacart order to arrive like when we arrive kind of thing.
Right.
This time we didn't do that, so it was like it took a few days to get back on our feet afterwards,
Yeah.
and then I got sick
Oh
because I got sick in
no. And
like
that's the other
on the trip.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh
you never
yeah.
know.
Travel. I always get anxious
Yes.
for the sick factor, so
Mm-hmm.
I zinc up
Yep.
and
That's a
pack
good tip.
airborne and
Yeah.
all that, like just overload on
Yeah.
vitamins because of course this time of the year too, it's like
Mm-hmm.
cold season and all that, so that makes me anxious.
Yes.
But all this also makes me convinced that I have ADHD. But oh, I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I went and got tested, and it was a 3-hour testing.
Wow. Is it like questions that you're answering or
So I went. I've been looking. I'm like, I just want to know what I'm working with.
And by the way, you just jumped from like one subject to the
Exactly. Right. I
other.
know. And this is how we like have no segue ever because I'm always like, oh, by the way,
Mhm.
yeah, I was gonna tell you about this, and this was
Yeah.
gonna be probably an episode in itself. But now I'm like, I just gotta
Now it's a
tell her
hybrid
now.
episode.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you because it happened.
Segue. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like random people as I'm talking or doing something will be like, you have ADHD, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. Kind of rude if you think about it. Like
It
I
is
didn't
rude.
ask for a diagnosis from a stranger.
Yeah.
But I never take offense to it because I don't think anybody means it that way. Or usually it's been like this one mom told me that because she had been dealing with her
Okay.
child's
Mm-hmm.
symptoms for so long and like what to look for, blah blah blah. So and then my brother has severe ADHD.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like, you should get tested.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, please. But no, like his is so severe
Oh,
that
wow.
he cannot have a conversation without playing video games.
Interesting.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like he came over. I was like, at first I was like a little offended. I'm like, really? And he's like, oh, it's my ADHD. So they went to his wife was pregnant
Mm-hmm.
and they went to ultrasound.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he's on his device doing his
Mhm.
thing. And so the doctor was like, oh, are you taking notes? He's like, oh, no, I'm playing video games right now. I'm like, I looked over at his wife. I'm like,
Yeah.
how are you not upset?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, initially when we didn't know he had it, I think it was more difficult. But now
Mhm.
that I know that, so ADHD.
You didn't finish your sentence or your thought.
No. So, well, what I was going to say, I think it's this thing that it's not autism.
No.
And some people mistake it for autism.
Yes.
So, but it's really just processing, your brain
Yes.
processing and memory, like,
Mhm.
is that slowed down
Mm.
or has it been affected by whatever
Mhm.
factors you've had in your life? That's all it tests, your
Yeah.
memory and your processing centers,
Mhm.
which I knew it wasn't autism, but
Mhm.
I didn't know exactly like what does it mean? Everybody's
Right.
saying they have ADHD now,
Yes,
right?
everyone says
Everybody.
it,
So that's why I was like,
and it's
well,
thrown around
right,
so
so
much.
lightly, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, at this point, I'm sure I have ADHD, but like, who cares, you know?
And are we not all more prone to it?
Right, because we're all on electronic
All
devices where things are constantly,
bombarded by
yeah. I'm like,
information.
in this,
Yes.
like, yeah, at this point, isn't it more normal to have it than not?
Uh-huh.
So, but then, my brother was telling me, like, well, I feel like it really helped me get my medication right
Mm.
to now where I feel like I'm I'm optimized in whatever I'm doing.
And so that means he was on medication before?
He was not medicated,
Oh, okay.
but I think yeah, he was not medicated, but they've been fine tuning his medication
Sure.
over time with the
Mhm.
diagnosis. So, and then like I see him on his device and I'm like, huh, like that must be. So I know that he's on like the maximum level of Adderall. And,
Do
and it,
you see a marked difference?
I surprisingly, he's more engaged in conversation while on his stupid device
Mhm.
and talking more animated than before, where I felt like, does he have nothing to say?
Mhm.
Like, or he just looks bored. And
Before you just thought that's
yeah. And
his personality or
right. And he's so talkative. And I was like, I
Mm.
never thought that he talked. I mean, yeah. So I would say so. And
Is the video game thing he started after he found out he has ADHD?
I think so, because I didn't notice him doing like an actual
Yeah.
device before.
Oh.
And so now I think, and his wife told me it's helped their marriage
Wow.
because before she was like, do you care? Are you acting distant because you're not in love with me? What's going on? And so now having this diagnosis and giving him like tools to navigate, in his own way, it looks kind of wrong, but at
Mhm.
the same time, like I can see that he's more engaged.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was very fascinating. And it made me realize, I mean, how much childhood trauma can really
Yeah.
affect both of us. and
Yeah.
and even though I do say he had it better than me, uh I do I think he always like detached
Mhm.
completely, like he would
Mhm.
zone out,
Yeah.
and that was a coping mechanism that he really leaned into. and
Yes.
and it's like now trying to bring him back into reality. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. At the same time, I feel like there are so many Korean men of our generation who do the same
Yeah,
for the same reasons.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was looking at his wife and I'm like, that would piss me off. Like I told it in
Mhm.
front of and she's like, it did. I was more pissed. I mean, she's a saint. I was like, you're a fucking saint because I could never. Like are you kidding me right
Yeah.
now? But he looks so much happier
That's
and
great.
more just conversational,
Mhm.
I'm like, wow. So I went and got tested and they were like, it's going to take 3 hours. I was like, what
Oh,
could take 3 hours,
wow.
right?
Were
Like
you
the
prepared
fuck?
for that?
I took a nap
Okay.
because I was like, can I even pay attention to anything other than like a movie for 3 hours?
Uh-huh.
And so I was a little
And
nervous.
you're there in the clinic for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the person that I did with was great.
Mhm.
So this is like her life's work.
Uh-huh.
And I
Did
looked
you
at
get a referral to her or how did you find her?
no, I just Googled like ADHD testing near my
Yeah.
area And then, but then when I looked her up, her clinic rated really high,
Oh.
and this woman's like dedicated to this testing. And then, and it was nice because she was really into telling me about herself and
Mhm.
how invested she is in this, and how her boss is like the founder of blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh cool, okay, I'm in the right place, right?
Yeah.
The 3 hour testing included like me doing puzzles,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden, Jane, math problems were being thrown
Oh
at
my
me, long division,
gosh.
and I was
It's
like,
like, you didn't
at some
volunteer to
point,
take a test?
it
Yeah.
was. She's like, now you know how your kids feel. I'm like, it was. So I said to her, I was like, what if I'm just dumb? Because I completely forgot how to do long division. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I started glitching. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. And then there was this thing where I had to copy a drawing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, make it, and I'm only fixated on copying the drawing, right? I'm
Yep.
like, okay. I'm like meticulous. I'm so proud of my work. I'm like, this is identical. Like, yeah. And then she takes away the paper. I'm like, nailed it. I'm like thinking, nailed it, right?
Yeah.
Brings out a blank paper. Now draw it from memory. I was like, what the
Wow.
I
Yeah.
was so taken aback, and
This
I felt so dumb.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, she's like, this is we're testing parts of your brain. Um, but quite literally asked her a couple of times. I'm like, but what if I'm just
Dumb.
not? Yeah, what if I'm just dumb? What if I'm?
I know. That's the thing is like, would they tell you, so you've got your results. It's
Yeah.
not ADHD, but you have a very low IQ. Would they tell you that? Or is it like binary, like ADHD or not
Yeah, yeah.
ADHD?
So she kept assuring me like, you're doing fine.
Okay. Yes.
Like,
Well, there's no wrong answers.
right,
It's a
there
screening. It's observation.
isn't there though? There
They're
is.
not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you, oh, you got like,
No, she did tell
40
me.
something percent.
She's like, try again.
But I mean, all of those is not for you to get it right, but to
Yeah.
assess how you are
Yeah.
working at it, right? That's what I think.
Sometimes I would do something,
Yeah.
and then she'd be like, you got it. You know?
Yeah. I think it would
Because
feel so odd
I
because
felt
it's like what kids do, right?
Yeah.
Like when they're like, I want to see you solve this puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
We're just going to play some games.
Jane, I felt like I was back at school.
Yeah.
And I did not test well. I was terrible at testing. I was better at homework, assignments, but testing, I remember one SAT, I fucked it up royally because I completely wrote my answers in the wrong box, and I was like, I'm fucked.
Ugh.
Like,
Don't
so
you
I just,
hate
like,
that? That's
yeah.
why like there's people who are good at tests and
Yeah,
get a good score, but that doesn't necessarily tell you about
or I'd skip
like
a page, and
intelligence.
then I'm terrible at
Oh yeah.
testing. But
Ugh.
she kept assuring me like, don't worry about it. Just I was like, oh my god.
Which makes you more nervous.
Yeah.
You're like,
I felt like a kid again. I felt like I was bombing a test, but yeah, 3 hours of that. 3 hours of, and then like, oh my god, it like it's literally what your kids do. Like,
yes.
listen to the story.
Yes.
Hey, tell me the.
Comprehension.
I was like, comprehension? We're fucking doing I was like, can't you
Why
just
is it
scan my
so-
brain?
Why is it so academic?
It
It should be more
I
like
was
executive function. Like she should have put you in a
Yeah.
room and said like, you're packing for a trip.
I would fail at that too. But what was funny was then after all that was said and done, she's like, hey, I do want to hear about like kind of like, let's talk about what brought you in here. What are
Mhm.
the diagnoses that you've had? Let me hear a little, like,
Mhm.
give me a little backstory about your life. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay. So I'm like telling her, like, well, I came from Korea, was a aide, and, like by myself. Huge culture shock. My mom beat the living shit out of me all the time. And I'm just like, yeah. So then throughout the years, I've had the diagnosis that I've had PTSD, anxiety, and depression.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, I think that checks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine like just having that extensive, expertise, and so she can
Yeah.
just ask you a few questions and she's like, makes sense. Makes
She's like,
sense.
all of that really sounds like it all fits. And I'm like,
Right.
okay. So then I was like, so do you think, just I have ADHD? And she's like, no, I can't tell you that right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Basically with the testing, we have to so she goes through it and then another guy goes through it and then they compare it to the data of
And
people.
are you being recorded on video?
No,
Okay.
just like answers.
Okay.
And oh, she's constantly taking notes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, can't they? This is where I'm like, I just want
It's
a
so
brain
subjective
scan. That don't you think?
because if they truly have ADHD, don't you think it'd be so distracting to have somebody right there and
That's what I'm saying.
all based on yeah.
But I guess that was her point too. She's like, what you're doing is very normal.
Okay.
Like, if we have people on the spectrum, yeah,
Yeah.
they can't focus
Yeah.
past this point anyway.
Sure.
So I'm like, oh, okay. And so I
Like, what is normal though?
right. Like, it's all about the date. She's like, this is so what I said during our assessment was I was like, I just wish that you could just scan my brain
Mm-hmm.
and I just get a scientific
Exactly.
answer. And then she was like, no, this is the science.
Okay.
We have years,
Mhm.
decades of research that have
Mhm.
analyzed people, and then we compare your data to data that we have that has been our life's work, and
I
that
see.
is science. And I'm
Okay.
like, okay. But yeah, I was actually really impressed that I didn't just melt away.
Yeah, and just give up.
I
And
paid attention.
yeah.
I gave it my
Yes.
best, and now she's gonna it'll be weeks before they come back with. But at this point, what it got me to realize, it really doesn't even matter whether I have
Right.
ADHD or not. If I do, I'll be like, that makes sense. If I don't, that makes sense.
Yes.
You know?
That's how I feel about a lot of those
Yeah.
evaluations and tests. It's
I
like,
think
what is it gonna change?
right.
Like,
The only reason I sought out is like, well, could I be on better medication? Is it,
Yeah.
is antidepressant enough? Or could I be, I don't know, dose it more properly? I don't know.
Right.
But she did give me other great referrals.
Mhm.
She said that there's a lady who gets to know you and assesses your history and then comes with the perfect formula for your medication.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, I swear by this woman. So that was really,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Uh-huh.
And another person who'd be a good therapist and all that. So I think it's just more like peace of mind. Like,
For
okay, what am I
sure.
working with?
Yeah.
Do I really struggle in that area?
Mhm.
But I was proud I just did it. And I don't think I'm nowhere near of needing a video game while I talk to people.
No. I mean, I'd be the first to tell you that. We
Yeah.
have conversation like we would not have been able
We would
to
not
do
be able to do this.
100+ hour-long conversations
You'd be like, Ellen, we're so done.
that are fairly
yeah.
focused. Yeah.
Except sometimes when I drive over the cliff. Like, no, we're going to steer this way, Jane. But yeah.
Well, I'm proud that you went and got an evaluation, sat there for 3 hours
Thank
doing
you.
math problems and reading comprehension, drawing, like everything. And I'm proud that you have been preparing for your trip to Tennis Nationals that you're leaving for immediately following this recording.
Yes.
I hope you guys have good results.
I'm going to make you proud, Jane.
Text me when you get to your gate. Yeah. So I want to know that you made it.
Because if I don't, I'll be like, Jane!
Yeah.
This